Something I've heard most of my life. Growing up, it was the adults. Now it's just about everybody looks at me sometimes with those quirky eyes and they say, "What's the matter with you?" That could be the name of our segment with Doc Braccio every day, although I call it What's Up, Doc. Dr. John Braccio, drjohnb.com. A little help from the Regional Psychological Services. They do so much good work and on various levels, but we always get a little free snippet here in the morning, something that maybe you don't think about. Doc Braccio's with us now. Doc, good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Mike, and I think a good topic today, why friendships are often more important than family. This
That
is
is
something
true.
that's changing more and more without doubt, and we do live in an age of great mobility. This leads to the circumstances that families are often far removed from each other. And really, this is really typical in a city like East Lansing, as an example, with Michigan State University's 50,000 student campus and faculty from around the country and world. And even if to a lesser extent, this is pretty much true anywhere this time in our country, this mobility. This is a major reason friends have become more important, and in many cases, more important than family. It also is true that, we don't choose family as we choose friends. The result in many families not getting along because the personalities, really, of the members are so different that each person and, each one develops in a way that's really different. And if you really think about it, this can lead to a lot of disagreements, but it's kind of typical. You look at family, that the sibling rivalry can lead to major life animosity. Even the birth order, Mike, can relate to, where people stand in family. So a lot of confusion can occur in families. Not that I'm saying all families don't get along or they're bad relationships. No, but there are a lot of competition, a lot of things that happen in family, and also the way we are being flung in all different parts of the country all the time due to economic, educational, or just different opportunities or desires. Well, friendships, when you think about it, we've chosen friends. We've chosen friends due to similar outlook, living proximity, sense of community, and comradeship. Even the old ancient Roman philosopher and orator Cicero said it best, that really a true friend is another you. It's a person that you have really come close to, and very close. And friendships become even more important to the person as they grow older, because there are really less family members and friends around, as death, retirement, persons moving to different places bring about great change. As a result, really the need to maintain friendships. So with persons around us, it becomes even more important. So it's something more and more as we live our lives. While this seems logical, research over time does support that friends are often more important than family members in many cases. It also is true that many persons have chosen have close relationships with both family and friends. There's really nothing wrong with that. What all one needs to do is talk to persons they know to determine really how important friends are, how difficult it is emotionally for persons who don't have them, because people that are alone or don't have close contact don't live as long, have a lot of health issues. So it really is critical that people, that they have the friends, because they can offer persons the things that are really necessary for happiness, good self-esteem in life. Right. And we'll give some examples here, Mike. I mean, a good friend, a close friend, another you, if you will, is going to give unconditional acceptance. They're going to be honest with you because you're going to trust them, and each of you is really going to be able to say what's really on your mind. And it offers emotional support. And when you're running through things, having somebody you can talk to reduces loneliness. You can have all the things in the world and live on an island with nobody on it. You become very lonely just having things. So there is support, and then tough times. People run into tough times as they're leading a life. There are going to be disagreements in family, disagreements with spouse, disagreements with work situations, just the tough times, if you will. And it's really important to have friends, people you can talk to and say, I feel this way, in a way that no one's going to misuse it. and you want full opportunity to safely express things. Emotionally, whatever's on your hand with no restraints. You don't want somebody who's going to be judging you and say, this person's really an idiot and dummies, or telling everybody else to discuss this. No, a good friend doesn't do that. And this can also lead to self-esteem enhancement, because when you have a friend, you have someone to talk to. Some friends, even more than one, is better. That makes you feel better about yourself. There's a feeling of belonging. You belong out there, okay, with your friends. Reduce feelings of isolation, and really helps a person really stay emotionally stable. So really having friends is really important. And often these friends, as I started saying, it can be far more important than family, where people can have their rivalries, they can have financial disagreements, they can just have grown in completely different ways, because, as I said, we don't choose family, but we do choose friends. So this is something really important. And anyone you talk to, you're going to find that people that don't have friends wish they did. And those that have them are really very happy and feel content to have people that they can share feelings and attitudes with. Well, I'll just ask you, Mike, as you've lived your life, have you found this to be true? That
come on.
Friends,
I have. I just spent the whole weekend with one of my closest friends, Charlie Burrell. I mentioned him on here many, many times. That guy's like a brother. And I don't have a brother. So I got a couple of guys that are like brothers to me. Seriously.
Sure.
And I it has kind of always been a conundrum to me. The sister that's closest to me in age, she's 2 years older than me, Kathy, broke her back. I'm going to tell you this. You tell me if this is a real thing or not. 6th grade, she fell and broke her back at school.
Wow.
And I'm 2 years younger than her, and I couldn't go up at the time. They wouldn't let me up to the section of the hospital where she was because I was too young. So I had to stay in the waiting room. I developed a lower back problem. I couldn't move. And they took me to the doctor, and there was nothing wrong. Nothing. And the one doctor, I remember her, Dr. Rockwell, said, sympathy pain. Is that a real thing?
Well, I guess it can be. Listen, you experienced it, did you not?
I did. She said if you let him up to her room, and she did, to do a special thing at the hospital where I got to go up to her room and see her and talk to her, within the week my pain was gone in my back. Is that weird?
Well, I think things like this happen. I think in our mind, Mike, people create many things, and the mind really is really critical. I think in that case, you were identifying with your sister, and basically you were having some pain yourself, and then once you got to see her and be with her, this did help reduce the pain. I mean, this was, and obviously, this is someone you felt fairly close to. Is that safe? Were you fairly close to your
please.
sister?
We were almost, everybody called us like twins, even though she was 2 years older than me, and we didn't really look that closely alike, but we were inseparable. And what's funny is she was a pain in my back then, and later in life she called me a pain in a little lower than that. But never mind that. Doc, we're up on time, man. Do you still have friends? I mean, that you've had your entire life? Yeah.
That I've had in my entire life, and they're very, very important to me. And I think that we need these relationships, and we need people that we really can relate to. And again, as in your case, we're not saying having close friendships with family is not important and can be critical for a lifetime. I'm simply saying that in the world we're in, and the fact that many families are really different personalities, a friend you choose can make your life a lot better. And if you haven't talked to your friends lately, or you're feeling a little lonely and down, hey, get on the phone, make some communication, and start talking and moving forward. That's what we want to do, buddy. Make life better.
Dr. John Braccio, my good friend, drjohnb.com on the web, Regional Psychological Services. As always, a pleasure. And next week, I look forward to it, Doc. What's up, Doc?
For sure. Talk to you then, buddy. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye. I'm toying with the idea of, we call it, I personally call it, what's up, Doc? But I might call it, what's the matter with you? No, maybe not. 1320 WILS, back in a minute.